How's it going, everybody? Hope you're all having an amazing day. In this video, I'm going to go over which moves are the best with Marvin the Martian, and I'm also going to point out some things that you need to watch out for if you are using Marvin. I'm not going to go over each individual move Marvin has, rather I'm just going to talk about the few that can lead into some nasty combos, the few that I've had the most fun with, as well as a move Marvin has, which you might be using a lot, that if you end up whiffing it, can end up getting you killed really quickly. If this video helps you out at all, then help me out by hitting that like button, but let's go ahead and cut this plug and get right into it. Starting off, I want to talk about Marvin the Martian's bread and butter move, and that is his Acme Space Time Rifle. This does have a cooldown, but the cooldown is pretty short, and it is so good because it is one of the easiest combo starting moves out of all of the other characters. If you manage to hit an opponent with this move, it will draw them into you, allowing for the start of some combos, and its cooldown is actually pretty short, so not only can it start the combos, but it can also extend combos. If you are playing Marvin, then you need to be using this move as often as possible, and another obvious move that you should be using as often as possible is Marvin's Spaceship. This move can do a couple things. It can either pressure the opponents with the rockets that it fires, or it ends up distracting the opponents if they decide to try and break it. The kicker is it has a really long cooldown, but in any case, it's one of Marvin's strongest moves, and it should be used early and used quickly after its cooldown refreshes. One of my absolute favorite moves that Marvin has is his Shoot the Moon attack, which allows him to fire a projectile into the air. This is hands down my favorite probably in the entire game because it is a hard counter to the butt-bombing iron giants out there, but it also can be a good way to get a knock from someone who's playing at a high percentage and playing defensively, because the projectile that it shoots is fairly big, it has a decent knockback, and it can be aimed, which might help you time a hit on someone who is, say, over 120% just jumping and running around. The last move Marvin has that I think is just absolutely incredible is the Acme Bubble Blaster. Not so much to catch projectiles or to hit enemies with even, but more so because it can be used almost like one of Harley's traps or possibly Bugs Bunny's rockets, where if you are lucky with the timing, you can toss the enemy up into the floating bubble, which might secure you an early knock. Finally though, there are a couple of moves that I do want to go over that either A, perform strangely, or B, can get you killed easily, starting with the flag that causes the quote lock-on effect to happen. This is not the same lock-on effect that Stripe gets, but it seems that projectiles have to be at least heading in that specific direction to lock on. I'm not entirely sure because it seems super inconsistent here. Let me know down in the comments if you guys understand how this works 100%, but I did want to point out that the lock-on will even work for things like Marvin's big rocket, which could actually lead to some really nasty knocks. The last move is the one to watch out for the most, which is Marvin's Up Special, which is when his spaceship is on cooldown, the one where he uses the trumpet. This move, when it hits really hard and can for sure lead to some knocks, but its hitbox is small and wonky, and it really shouldn't be hard for most people in a live match to dodge away from this, which is where my warning comes into play, because if you whiff this move, Marvin will be put up into the air, possibly twice up into the air if you end up whiffing it twice, and I'm just picturing how easily it would be to hit Marvin with an up special during that whiff, which would knock him out at a lower percentage than expected. Like, for example, if I was Harley and Marvin missed that, it would be up special knocks all day. I'm telling you, it'd be so easy to hit that with a counter, so be careful when using that move. But overall, I'm loving Marvin's build. I don't know if he's going to end up replacing my main, but I am actually really liking playing Marvin and the moveset that he has right now. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about Marvin and which one of his moves is your favorite. But that is all of the information that I wanted to go over in this video. I hope you guys all have an amazing day. I'm out.